People ask me all the time, do you eat well on the road? I always pause before I answer, because the honest answer is complicated and most people aren't ready for it. They imagine truck stops with hot meals, maybe a little restaurant somewhere off the Autobahn, a warm plate, a cold drink, a moment of rest. Sometimes that's true, but most of the time, most of the actual, real, daily time, eating on the road looks nothing like that. This week, I tracked everything I ate. Every meal, every snack, every coffee at 3 a.m. when I couldn't keep my eyes open. And I want to show you exactly what that looks like, because nobody talks about this part, and they should. Monday starts before the sun does. My wife, or rather my ex-wife, but that's another story, used to cook food for me on Sunday nights. Containers with rice, some chicken, maybe a soup in a jar that would last 2 days in the small cooler I keep behind my seat. Now I pack it myself. Sunday evening, I stand in my kitchen and I cook for the week ahead. Or at least for the first 3 days. After that, the food goes bad regardless of how well you seal it. This Monday, I packed 2 portions of pasta with meat sauce in sealed containers, hard-boiled eggs, 6 of them, easy protein, no refrigeration needed after the first day, a block of cheese and some bread, apples and bananas, fruit that survives a few days without going soft, a thermos of coffee, 1 liter, strong enough to keep me going until noon. Breakfast on departure day is whatever I can eat while driving, usually bread with cheese. 1 hand on the wheel, 1 hand on the food. This is illegal, technically. Every driver does it. Calorie count for Monday, roughly adequate. Nutritional quality, acceptable, because I cooked it myself the night before. By Monday evening, somewhere near the German border, the home-cooked food is already starting to feel like a memory. Tuesday is when the compromise begins. The pasta from yesterday is gone. The eggs are gone. I still have bread, cheese, fruit. But I'm at a truck stop in Germany and it's 7 a.m. and I've been driving since 4, and I want something hot. Here's the economics of eating at motorway service stations in Western Europe. A basic hot meal, schnitzel, fries, maybe a salad, costs between 12 and 18 euros every single day, sometimes twice a day. That's 25 to 35 euros a day just on food, more than 700 euros a month for food that is, let's be honest, not particularly good. High in salt, high in fat, designed for people passing through, not people who eat it every single day for weeks at a time. So most drivers, experienced drivers, budget-conscious drivers, don't eat at the restaurant. They eat from the small supermarket section of the service station, pre-packed sandwiches wrapped in plastic, yogurt cups, energy bars, bags of nuts, chocolate. Tuesday lunch, a plastic-wrapped ham sandwich, a yogurt, and a coffee from the machine, 4.80 euros. It took me 4 minutes to eat it standing next to my truck. Not because I was in a rush, but because there was nowhere comfortable to sit outside of the cab, and going inside meant taking off my jacket, finding a table, waiting, and by then my break timer would be running out. Tuesday dinner. I heat water on my small gas stove, the one I keep in the cab, and make instant noodles. I add a tin of tuna for protein. I eat from the pot because washing 2 dishes takes twice the water. The stove sits on a small folding shelf I've rigged between the seat and the door. It wobbles slightly when a truck passes. I've learned to hold the pot with 1 hand while I stir with the other. This is cooking on the road. By Wednesday, the fresh food is gone. The apples are bruised from bouncing around in the cooler. The bread has gone slightly stiff. The cheese is still okay, but barely. Wednesday is the day I feel the distance from home most sharply. Not emotionally, but physically. My body starts to ask for something real, something green, something that wasn't processed in a factory and sealed in plastic 3 weeks ago. I eat a lot of tinned food midweek. Tinned beans, tinned fish, tinned soup heated on the stove. It's practical, it keeps for months, it requires no refrigeration, and it tastes exactly like what it is. Food designed for survival, not for enjoyment. A study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that professional drivers consume significantly less fruit, vegetables, and fiber than the general population, and significantly more processed food, sodium, and saturated fat. The reasons are exactly what I just described: convenience, cost, time, access. It is not laziness, it is logistics. Wednesday evening, I find a truck stop with a small hot food counter, a Polish woman running a stand, selling real food. Bigos, bread, a soup that smells like someone's grandmother made it. I eat 2 portions. I don't apologize for it. It is the best thing I've eaten since Monday morning. By Thursday, my eating has become purely functional. I am no longer thinking about nutrition or enjoyment. I'm thinking about staying awake, keeping moving, and making the delivery window. Thursday breakfast, 2 energy bars and a coffee. Thursday lunch, a service station hot dog, the kind that sits on rollers under a heat lamp for an unknown number of hours, and a bag of crisps. Thursday night, instant mashed potato, tinged sausages, and a bread roll I bought 2 days ago that has definitely seen better days. The energy drinks appear. I know they're not good for me. Every driver knows this. The research on energy drink consumption among truck drivers is not encouraging. Elevated blood pressure, disrupted sleep patterns, increased cardiac risk. The European Food Safety Authority has flagged high caffeine drinks as a concern for people already under physical and psychological stress. I drink them anyway, because at 3 a.m. on the A9 in Bavaria, the alternative is closing my eyes. Friday is the last day before my rest period. I can feel it in the way I eat, messily, quickly, without thought. A kebab from a roadside stand, a chocolate bar, more coffee. Total nutritional value for Thursday and Friday combined, I would rather not calculate it. When I get home, the first thing I do before I shower, before I unpack, before I do anything else, is open the fridge. I stand there for a moment. I look at the vegetables, the fresh meat, the leftovers in proper containers, not tin cans. And then I cook, a real meal, with a proper stove, a proper pan, and time to let things simmer. It tastes different at home. Not because the ingredients are better, though sometimes they are, but because eating alone in a truck stop at 11 p.m. changes the way you experience food when you're finally not doing it. Food at home is not nutrition. It is the opposite of everything the road is. It is stillness. It is warmth that doesn't come from a gas cartridge. It is eating at a table at a normal hour with the sound of something other than engines outside the window. I eat more slowly. I taste things. Then Monday comes. I pack the containers again, I fill the thermos, I close the door behind me, and it starts over. After years of eating on the road, here is what I know. The biggest enemy is not the food itself, it's the planning, or the lack thereof. When you have no plan, you eat whatever is in front of you, and what is in front of you at a motorway service station at 6 a.m. is almost never what your body needs. What actually helps? Cooking 2 to 3 days of real food before departure. Protein, grains, something with vegetables. It takes an hour on Sunday evening, and it is worth more than any supplement or energy drink. What also helps? A small electric cooler in the cab. They run off the truck's 12-volt system. They keep food at around 10 degrees. Not cold enough for raw meat, but enough to keep cooked food safe for 3 days. What I wish I had understood earlier is that eating badly for weeks at a time is not just uncomfortable, it is a form of slow damage to your joints, your immune system, your mood, your ability to focus at the wheel. You cannot drive safely on chocolate and energy drinks, not long term. The body keeps the score. Next time you see a truck stop with the fluorescent lights and the plastic sandwiches and the men eating alone at small tables, think about this video. Think about the man who's been driving since 4 a.m. and will drive until 8 p.m. and this plastic sandwich is the best option available to him right now. He is not making a choice. He is making the best of what the road offers. If you're a driver watching this, tell me in the comments, what do you actually eat on a long haul? What's your best road meal? What's the worst thing you've survived on for a week? I want to know because this conversation deserves to happen.